All right, so it is no secret that Bend, Oregon is absolutely exploding. There's so many people moving, relocating there. In fact, most Oregon cities are. I think you're going to be surprised at the overall cost of living here in Bend, but hey, I don't know it. As Bend, Oregon is growing, so is our team. We got Brett Williams here,
What's up,
born,
guys?
raised, everything about Bend, Oregon, our licensed real estate agent there. So we are going to be going in depth all of the cost of living in Bend, Oregon. So stay tuned. What's up, everybody? This is Jackson Ray Wilkie.
And this is Brett Williams.
That's right. We are the Real Agent Now group right here in the Portland Metro, Salem, Vancouver, Bend. We cover all of the Oregon, Southwest Washington areas. If this is your first time to this channel, you literally want to learn everything about what it's like to work, eat, sleep, live, play in all of these areas. Make sure you tap that subscribe button and you click the little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. We literally get phone calls, texts, emails every single day from people moving and relocating to these cities, and we absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about moving, relocating, have questions, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. You gotta send that pigeon carrier. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to the Portland Metro and surrounding areas. So with that being said, I just want to introduce Brett again. He is our agent over in the Bend area. So if you're thinking about moving there, he's going to be going off first and foremost. Let's talk about the cost of living and how are you going to base this video.
So it's no secret that Bend is a super desirable, fast-growing city in all of Oregon. It's one of the fastest there is. And generally, when people start to search for Central Oregon, the first thing they look at is Bend, just because of its name and reputation. So I really want to give you guys that in-depth look, and the way we scale the national average for cost of living is on a flat even 100. So if you're above that 100, then you're a little bit more expensive than the national average, and if you're below it, that means you're a little bit less expensive. So we're going to start off with the overall score of Bend coming in at 123.5. So as you can tell right off the bat, it is a little bit more expensive than the national average, but I would really say it's because of one reason, and that is some of the luxury neighborhoods that are on the border of a river, the Deschutes River, or some of the really famous golf courses. So there's 3 or 4 neighborhoods in Tetherow, Aubrey Butte, and Northwest Crossing that kind of bring up the rest of the city. But there's tons of different new construction options that are really good for that 300 to 400,000 price range, and it's much more suitable for first-time homebuyers or just looking for a more affordable house overall. So moving down the list now, we're going to start with Groceries, and that is just over that 100 average at 102.2. And the reason that for that is because of different grocery stores like Whole Foods, Market of Choice, which is a local grocery store, and Newport Avenue Market. And the reason for those being a little more expensive is because Oregon is a huge health nut state. The people here really value healthy lifestyles, fresh food, farm to table, that whole lifestyle. And so we have a lot of those different local options bringing it up, but we also have really cool just the national chains like Costco, Walmart, Safeway, Albertsons, and so forth. So the average does come out to 102.2 overall, but you can find everything you need because of all the options Bend does offer. So next on the list is health, coming down to 91.9. So overall, it's 10 points less than the 100 national average. So it's super approachable. The St. Charles healthcare system is literally right in the backyard. No matter where you are, they have a bunch of different facilities around. And so in terms of health, Bend is in a really good spot there at 91. So next on the list is utilities. And in Oregon, we generally have a lower utility rate. And we come in at exactly 83.6 in Bend, so almost 20 points lower than the national average. Me personally, I spend around 50 to 75 per month, depending on the season, or if I'm blasting AC or heat during those times. So really super approachable in terms of utilities, and you can't really beat it for what you're getting. Next on the list is transportation, and that is coming out at 82.2 out of that 100. So this one actually surprised me as I was doing some research, just because there isn't a ton of different public transportation options. There are buses that take you from the east side to the west side, and I've done that before. It'll take you down to Galveston so you can go to those breweries, and it's a super good option if you're just not wanting to drive or bike on those colder winter days. You do have those bus options, but there's no max like in Portland. So overall, it's pretty low at 82.2, and that's great to hear. I think that is mainly because of how small the city is, and you can just transport through on bikes. A lot of people will bike to work, you can walk, or you can just drive, and it takes 5 or 10 minutes to get across the city. So the last thing I want to talk about on our list is the cost of housing here. And that actually happens to be most expensive, coming in at 193.4. And the reason for that, like I was saying in the beginning, really is because of those 4 or 5 different neighborhoods that really ratchet the price up. They're all either on the river or they're on golf courses, but the rest of it really isn't like that. The east side, there's tons of different options coming in at $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. The southeast and southwest portions will give you a little bit more land. There's also new construction options. So really Bend has everything you're looking for and kind of resembles like that West Portland kind of style mixed in with like that Lake Oswego, Beaverton, Loa type of deal. So overall Bend has a really, really cool different atmosphere of housing prices and lots and builds. Out of the cost of living index in Bend, that is kind of how we wrap it up, is those 5 or 6 different things. And from my perspective, the cost of living is super approachable. There's great house prices. There's also a luxury market here. Groceries are super healthy. The food is great, and it's almost the exact same as the national average that you'll get at larger suppliers. So there's nothing really to worry about in terms of getting that super high cost of living that people sometimes associate Bend with, because it is like that tourist town vibe. But I'm here to say, like, you can find everything you're looking for in any price range. So that's something that's super, super unique about Bend. So finishing this video up, like I said before, there's so many different types of lifestyles in Bend. There's everything from mountain living to river living. And there's so much diversity in the communities and neighborhoods. So you got to make sure that you're talking with the right agent to make sure you're getting the lifestyle that you want in your price range and for what you're looking for. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Please make sure to subscribe, hit the bell below to get notified every time we post a video. Thanks guys, have a good one.